Good morning to one and all. Welcome you all in today's meeting session of Faculty Development Program sponsored by AICT under Atal scheme and organized by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Christian College of Engineering and Technology, Bhilai. Today's invited speaker for this session is Dr. Jagadish from NIT Raipur, who has already joined with us. Welcome you, sir. It's
Thank
our honor
you,
and
sir.
privilege to have Dr. Jagadish with us, who will deliver a talk on product development and product design and development. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you, sir. Dr. Jagadish has obtained his PhD in mechanical engineering with specialization in manufacturing engineering from NIT Silchar and post-graduation in product design and development from National Institute of Technology, Warangal. He has over 3 years of industrial experience in the field of design and analysis and 8+ years of teaching and research experience. Presently, he is working as an assistant professor in the mechanical engineering department of National Institute of Technology, Raipur. Prior to NIT Raipur, he was worked as assistant professor in the mechanical engineering department of National Institute of Technology, Silchar, Assam for almost 5+ years. His areas of interest are green manufacturing, advanced manufacturing process, additive manufacturing, product design and development, surface texturing, CAD/CAM, composite material, decision making tools, MCDA methods, renewable energy thermal systems, and its optimization, etc. He has supervised 10 MTech, 2 ongoing so far, and presently guiding 4 PhD scholars. He has received an institutional award, gold medal by Institution of Engineers India, and Best Innovative Award by Springer for his outstanding research contribution, and published more than 35+ research papers that includes SCI journals, conference papers, books, and book chapters. He has given many keynote speech, expert talk in reputed conferences, workshop, webinar, etc. He is a regular reviewer of various manufacturing and optimization related Asia Index journals, conferences, books, and book chapters. He is the life member of professional bodies like Associate Member of Institute of Engineers India, Member of American Society of Mechanical Engineers, ASME. Thank you for joining with us, sir. Now I will request you to please uh, start the session, sir. Please, sir.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Radheshamji, for your
Welcome,
kind
sir.
introduction about my. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Okay. So today I'll discuss about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
topic
fine,
of
sir.
discussion is product development, issues and challenges. So when I say the topic related to product design and development and issues and challenges, obviously yes, we have many what is called as the questions may come that what presently the industries are facing when dealing with the product design and its development issues. That I'll discuss in the coming around 1.5 hours. So this is my outline of presentations of today's. Just I'll show my research teams and research areas which I am working at NIT Raipur, and prior to that I worked at NIT Silchar as well. Then the basic concept I'll talk about the product design and the basic concept of product development and new product development. What are the challenges of new product development? Also, I'll discuss factors, future challenges also at currently the industry facing. And finally, I'll discuss one case study which we have carried out at NIT Silchar related to design and development of a bamboo-based plastic kits. So this is my research teams. Under me, there are 6 scholars are working in a different areas. So now comes to the product, because as the thing starts with the product design and development. So one should know that what basically product. If you see the definition, the product is nothing but it is something an element sold by the enterprises to meet the customer demands, right? And it is very difficult for an industry to meet the customer demands to and in the meantime satisfying the customer and delivering the product to the market because of the different customer having different perspectives of thinking, and that thinking of perspectives making of satisfaction is plays significant role by the industries. So therefore, the product is something which is delivered by the industry to the customers to make them happy, so that they will earn, they will success in the market as well as they make the customer very happy. But as the perspective of the different customers is different to different person to person, so then to fulfilling of the customer needs by the industries are getting major issues. So so in that aspects, the product the good quality projects makes the and enterprises to be success, and as well as makes the customer to be what is called as the satisfactory. So as we all know that the product is manufactured by raw materials, okay, from raw conversion to raw materials to the finished products, and even delivery section where the product will get come into the market or release into the market for the customer to purchase. But when you are designing a product, okay, the product for which you are designing, and the clear idea about its design and the development stages is essential, because if improper design and a proper development of a product leads to the failure in the success of the product in the market. So that is the one of the key point for any industry or the enterprises, how we can make our product design is perfect, and the development means that the addition of the features in the product based on the customer needs plays a significant role here. So so hence the something called design and development is required for any enterprises to make their customer happy in the the market. So that's why the product design and development steps are the basic needs for every manufacturing companies to make them their product to be very successful in the market. Then the enterprises will face the problem of consumers like want and expect new and better products. That means, so I already told that different customers have a different perspective in their needs. The needs and perspectives are different, so therefore they expect a new and better products. So when the customer is expecting a new and better products, it is a very challenging task for an industry to give that particular products to the customers, so that makes the involvement of the a better design and the better development. And in most probably not to innovate approach is becoming increasingly risky, because what happens is if you not properly innovate the products, so definitely that will not attract to the customers, so that leads to the decline of your industry into the market, and unhappiness of the customers again. So one way is not to innovate, but if you innovate also, innovating new product is expensive and risky again, because sometimes what happens is the overestimation or design of the innovations leads to the again the decrement of the its market dignity towards the customers. That also very risky and very expensive, because a company cannot innovate, cannot add more features which is unnecessary burdens to the increasing the cost of the products. So when the cost of the product is get increased, definitely again that the selling of that particular product in the market is also very difficult and risky. So therefore, the product design and the development is the key rule that makes the product to be very reliable, as well as the better for customers to satisfy their needs, right? Okay, so coming to the types of the products, when you classify the types of the products, it is broadly classified into two categories. So one is called as the customer products. Then another is the industrial products. So in the customer product side, there are various daily activities we basically use for our daily activities. All the consumer products related to that. So those products we every days we use so many products. So normally we human beings we use various products in our daily lives, and we come across various industrial products as well. So this is a broad classification. It might be sub classification of the products depending upon the application point of view. With respect to the changing the dimensions of the computation, today, what basically is the competitiveness is major issue in the product design and development sector of any industry, right? Because one side, if you see this figure, there is a one side, three aspects of manufacturing, three aspects of the product that is called manufacturing, cost, and the quality. On the other side, the product development. See, there are two aspects here. One is called here manufacturing cost, and quality is the one side. Another is side you are developing product development, and that adding the features and the functions. So features means you are giving more features, and you are developing the product which is having a better function. Okay. So now your balancing is very important here, because due to the competition in the market or competitor in the market, that makes you the balancing or that leads to the industries to make the balance between the manufacturing cost, quality, and as well as the product development by adding the features and the functions. So therefore, competitiveness today is more than ever based on product development capability. So that means we can easily see that how competitors makes the industries to make towards the product development side rather than only targeting the manufacturing cost and quality aspects of the product, isn't it? So the product development so is a major activity that all industry should follow so that they can make the better and better uh, uh, you know um, development of the products that helps the that fulfills the customer needs, what the actually customer wants actually. So coming to the product development is concerned, when we say the product development and the product design, there is a interlinking between the both of the terms. So we have I have discussed about the product and now the product development. So basically, when we go to the definition which is concerned, product development is simply as an activities we basically carry out for adding some features to the products, starting from raw material to the end of the product. Say, for example, this is a set of activities and beginning with the perception of the market opportunity and ending in the production, sales, and delivery of the product. That means what I meant to say here is the product development is the kind of activities we basically perform on a particular product for a particular industries want to develop. So by adding, starting from the customer needs to the delivery of the products, so that whatever your upliftment of the developments or the features you are adding on this particular product of anything, so that we call as a product development, isn't it? So now the goal of any of this particular product development is to clear and detailed way to a set of product development methods while focusing the marketing, design, manufacturing of the organization. Because until unless if you're not focusing on marketing, design, and manufacturing functions of industry, so you have to be very taken care of these parameters while developing the products. Okay, let us see if here you can see that there are some pictures here. You can see the earlier we have seen that how the mobiles have been developed in the recent days by adding the different features and different technologies. So earlier mobiles were very heavy and all. You can see in the figures. So the variation of the the development in the products makes the huge change in the current mobile industries. So these days you will find very smartphones where you will have various features or various technologies involved in that. So that makes the that makes the industry involvement, the improvement or development in the products. So development in the sense, it may be adding the features or adding the design or adding the functions related activities and other aspects of the products which makes the customer benefit or which makes the customer satisfaction based on the customer need again. So there is another picture you can see in the left side, the computer industries, like where if you see how the development has been done in the PCs. So earlier very huge dimensions and heavyweight PCs were invented. Then there are development has been done with respect to the all the features of the the PCs, and today's you'll see very innovative PCs will obtain it. In addition to that, there is a automotive industries also. We can see the earlier we used to earlier cars are ambassadors and all, so they are old concept. Then these days, if you see, there are varieties of features has been added, and that makes the upliftment of the products in the market. And these days, the many competitors also are already means release the different types of cars, so that customers having better options, the different aspects of the cars as well as the features of the cars. So that makes the customer happy, and as well as those whatever the development is been done by the industry is based on the customer needs and the customer satisfaction only. Coming to the new products, so when we talk about new products, all the industries are these days talking about the new product is concerned. Then so when I say new products, the complete process of the industry will follow, bringing entirely new or maybe existing one. So the new product is nothing but a product which is completely maybe new or introducing to the market for the customers, based on the customer again needs, because the until unless the need of the customer brings that helps for the industries to develop those kind of products which satisfy the customers. So that means a new product is a kind of product bring is a kind of complete process of bringing the entirely new product to the market. So further, the new product has been developed in a different way. One is called as entirely new you want to introduce, or already existing products are there. You are modifying something and you are bringing to the customers in the market. So there are various possibilities we can see in this year. So there are various way the industries are developing a new products and introducing into the markets to the customers, to make them happy of their customers, and also they get the profits. Until then only they will get the profits if the product is get success in the market. So there is an opportunity of new product is an old product introduced in a new market. Okay, that means there is an old product is already existed in the what is called as in the industry, and you are introducing into the market in a different way. There is a possibility. And another possibility of introducing a new product into the market is an old product marketed in a different way. Yes, the marketing strategy they are implementing to introduce the different products in a different way into the market. Similarly, a product that adapts the replaces our existing products. Sometime the industry replace some existing products, because what happens is they say, for example, if I want to take a car manufacturing industries, so earlier we the industries are manufacturing the like ambassador cars and all, right? They released into the market and they came to know that then after certain time of time, so that particular product is getting declined. So then when the industries came to know that that product is getting declined, so that means the product has to be replaced. So therefore, what they have done in the almost all in the other industries also, in comparison to the automotive, they have introduced a different models of the car. So that makes you the replacement of the existing product, right? The concept of the the new cars may be taken from the existing product, but the replacement has been taken, or replacement has been done to make the customers satisfactory, as well as the needs to achieve to make them happy. So that is one category of introducing the new product to the market. Another opportunity of industries are looking for making the new products, that is nothing but an old product packaged in a different way. That means the packaging strategies they are implementing, and they are introducing into the market for betterment of the customers. And another segment where the industries are going for the new product is a product that significantly broadens that market for an existing product. Sometimes what happens is we will come to know that a particular product, whatever the industry is manufacturing, is it is in decline stage. That means it is, and it will go to end, so nobody will purchase. So that kind of situations, the industry will go for the new products. And the last option of new product is a product that opens an entirely new market. Sometimes a very innovative and very different kind of new products you are introducing. For example, like space scientists will do different kinds of satellites and all. They are very entirely new markets. Okay, so if based on the existing one, if you are modifying something, that is again we call as a new product, but it is based on the existing to replace the existing products. But any industry want to develop a new kind of thing, a new car, so that we call as a new products into the markets. So there are various types of new products we come across, and the industry we do basically with respect to the new product development is concerned. One segment is called as the innovative segment, where the innovative products are introduced into the markets for customers. So that makes the helpful to the customers to understand about the products, and as well as they become very happy because of customer satisfaction. That means innovative area, that means adding the innovativeness in the products. That is the one segment the new product development will be carried out in the industry. The new product lines, that means to allow the firms to enter the existing market. So that is also one segment where the new product development will be carried out in the industries. The third segment is the addition to the what is called as the product line, and the supplement to form the existing product line. That means addition for the firms to existing the product line of the new products that need to be implemented, that need to be produced to the market. Then there is a segment called as improvements and revision of the existing products, where you are going to just some revisions you are carrying out by adding some of the features. The best example, if you see the software industries these days, so you can see all the software industry will fall under this particular segment. That means the improvements and revisions, where you can see various types of versions of the softwares will they will release in the after every 6 months or maybe every 1 year, because what they do, the initial software is there, they will add some modules in that. That module is nothing but features that based on again the customer needs and the customer need of the particular industry. So that kind of segment is also we call as a new product, which based on the existing product. Then reposition product, like existing product target the new market. And the lastly, cost reduction in the new product that provides similar performance at the all at a lower cost. That means the when we are doing some kind of feature addition or feature deduction, then the cost of that particular product go may increases, right? But because higher innovative, if you're adding to the products, obviously yes, that you need a better technology to develop that particular innovative features to the product. That leads to the again upliftment of the cost of the product. So therefore again one side it is okay, the innovative you are developing, but on the other side, the cost point of view for industry will think that how we can reduce the cost, in the meantime we'll add the innovative also. So that is a two major issues as any industry will face related to the cost. But in the meantime, you have to give the a proper innovative products to the customer as well, right? So then coming to the why we develop a new products, why industries go for new product is concerned. So is it necessary is there to go for new products by the industries, or is it essential for every industry has to go for new products? There are some factors here you can see in the figure. So there are some factors which through which the industries are developing a new products. One is the first to create the stars and cash flow for the future. Yes, so they always look for to become a success in the market, and as well as they get a good profit. Okay, because the old products, if they want to sell it, because already due to the competitors and all, there may be chances of declining of the products of their industries. So they will go for creating the stars and the cash flow, that means earning the future. And the second problem is why they develop the industries to new product is to replace the declining product. That means, as already told in the previous slide also, like ambassador car and all, now it is nowhere exists. Okay. Very rarely will get. But these days, the all declining parts, declining products has been replaced with a new kind of features, a new kind of products. So that is also the one way of developing why industries are developing the new products. And to take the advantage of new technology, because the research R&D team of every industry, they do different kinds of research activities in their industries to get they innovate the new technologies of manufacturing, as well as design section or manufacturing section or quality section of any production line. So they want to implement that particular new technologies, and so therefore to do so, so the industries are moving towards the new product is concerned. And defeat the rivals, yes, obviously we have to sustain in the market, so we have to competitors, we have to defeat, maintain and increase the market share. Obviously, yes, every industry wants that they should have they should increase their market shares, so that earning and whatever the profit they expect, they will achieve that particular aspects. Similarly, to keep up with the rivals, the competitors, and to maintain the competitive advantages, and to fill up the market gap. That means so all the aspects of this competitiveness and fill up of the gap in the market will leads the industries to develop towards the newer products for the customers. It doesn't mean that only these are the factors which makes the industries to develop the new product. It maybe depends on some other factors also, which I have not listed here, that also leads to the development of new products. Ultimately, for any industries, when they are developing some kind of products, they always look for satisfaction of their customer, because until unless if their customers is not happy, or I can say it is not satisfied, then definitely the that releasing of the product is no sense. Okay, so because if it is released also into the market, nobody will buy, and after certain period of years, then the product will get declining stage. So there's now coming to the challenges what basically industries will face in developing the new product development. So so these are some factors you can see in the figures. This makes the industries to develop the new products, development of the products, and these are some of the challenges initially all the industries will face. Let us say if it is the development cost is concerned, is the one parameter which is a challenging for every industries to um, the cost of the product, or the fabrication cost, or the development cost of any products is directly related to the your production systems, as well as the design, and all the sections of the production line. Because what happens is, if you are introducing a very higher technology into the into the universe for production system, and very critical features you are adding to the product, then definitely that manufacturing cost and creating of those features of the products will leads increment of the cost. But in the other side, always challenges for industries is to reduce the cost, because until unless if a nominal cost or the value for the money, if products if you not release, the customer will not buy. So even though you are implementing very high technology, in the or developing those products, but the customer, if it is very costly products is there, then in the meantime, the other competitors is giving a same product with the same features with the similar little cost compared to your cost of the product. Then definitely that is a challenging for a new product development. Then the competitions, yes, these days you can see any product industry sector, competitors are available, right? Even every engineers, developing their own what is called as sort of entrepreneurship startup and all. So to develop and to give the service to the customers in a particular sector. So the competitors is one of the major challenging in new product development, because even though your product is very new to the market, once it is released into the market, then definitely the after 4 5 months that there will be competitors will come into the market and they will release the similar kind of products that we call as a reverse engineering or re-engineering kind of thing, right? So by using of re-engineering, reverse engineering technology, so they will bring with a similar kind of products into the market and they become the competitor for you. So that is one of the another challenges in the product development area. The industry will look faces the in the current scenario like competition. So that's why these days I know industries uh, 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 they will face much problems with the competitions of their products. Then third important challenges the present industries are facing is the overestimation of the market size. This also will affect their profit of the industry, because while analyzing the market size for your product, if it is done in error in the calculation or the determination, so that leads to the loss in the product selling. Okay, because yeah, say for example you are developing some X product which is having a market size is very less, and you are producing with a wrong market size estimation, and you have manufactured the production quantity is increased. So if that particular product is not at all selling as expected levels, what the industries was thought initially, in that case also they become very loss, and their they will affect their profit as well as the demand in the market. So that is means overestimation of the market size, also one of the challenging issue in our new product development for an industry. So next is the poor design. That poor design is basically related to design aspect is concerned. So if you want to satisfy the customer, you need to develop a good product quality, and the design should be very efficient and effective for a customers, right? So, but so always, if you want to reduce the cost, means definitely how to remove some of the features. That means your design is poor. Due to the poorness of the design, that leads to the success in the product in the market. Incorrect positioning and work time price too. So wrong timing price too. That means these are all related to the releasing of the products into the market. That also measure issues, the challenges today's new product development is facing. So high ineffective and the promotion management. That means again it is related to the what is called as the releasing the the products to the market, that leads to the decrement or the decline of your product in the markets. So this promotion management is very important, because so promotion means it is releasing into the market. Your product has been produced and it is releasing into the market. The proper management technique we need to apply, our industry need to be implemented, so that the at the right time, a right targeting of the customers to be achieved. Otherwise, what happens is, in the wrong time you are introducing the market your product, and if that product is not sell what expect level what you the industry was expected, that is again a loss to the industries, and as well as again decrement of their brand name of their industries in the market, right? So therefore, the management is one of the also one of the key factor or the key challenging issues for any new product development for an industries. In addition to these graphical representation factors, there are some few factors which I have listed in the right side in the text format, like shortage of important ideas in a certain, okay, in certain fragmented markets. Yes, because these fragmented markets, that is also one of the challenging tasks for our new product development, because it's a vast and the market having different competitor, different customers and all. So due to the fragmented of the market, that also leads to the challenging or issues for our NPD. Then capital shortage and faster required development and the shorter product life cycle are the major challenges of NPD. So when I talk about shorter product life cycle, it means that the product is having a shorter life in the market. So when it is introduced in the market, if it is in wrong time, if it is introduced, definitely its growth and maturity level is also shorter. And finally, the time period of the sustaining of that particular product in the market is less. So that means we call as a shorter product life cycle. Okay, that means this also one of the major challenges the current industries are facing. How we can increase the product life cycle, okay, the life of the products in the market, because the again one more reason of shorter product life cycle is because of the competitors, because there are newer technologies already involved, already available in the um, in the market of developing the similar kind of products with a better quality or maybe similar kind of quality. So like reverse engineering and all, right? Once if you release into the market, suddenly the competitors will look your products and they will copy and they will produce certain after certain time of time. So they will produce into the market. So duration of that the newer competitors into the market, that is a significant actually. If it is a very longer period the competitors are taking, then you will be success because your introduction stage and maturity stage also will get larger, then the product life will get increased. But you have to think that the how we can increase the product life cycle. And specifically for consumer product, the product life cycle is very less. Always be challenging task for industries to uh, increasing the product life cycle. But however, for like aerospace industry and all, their product life cycle is get always larger, because very high cost investment of will makes the development of that particular kind of products into the market, right? That means aerospace industry is a kind of industry where you require a very high cost in developing that particular industry. So in that case the competitors may be very less, but in the for the coming certain period of years, then competitors will get again and comes to the market. Okay, coming to the factors involved in product development or the product design. So you see this there are these are all the factors which affect the product design as well as the product development. So right, so there are see, these are the blue color the factors, sorry, red color kind of factors, which are the main factors. That means the culture, function, environment, cost, ergonomics, material, customer satisfaction, industrial production, company identity, aesthetic point, and fashion, etc. These are all the main, major criteria are the parameters which affect our product design. In addition to that, if you see the blue color parameters are the parameters which are the sub parameters of the individual the main parameters. That means what is the intention of showing this particular slide means how our product design will affect the other the factors which makes the the product to be success in the market, right? So let us say if I take a cost is the one major element or the factors which affect the product design, because the if your complexity, if you increase the design or if you increase the complexity in the design, definitely the cost of manufacturing and purchase. You can see here the cost is divided into two subsections, that is called manufacture and the purchase, right? So that means so here when you increase the complexity in the feature of the product design, so obviously the manufacturing of the cost is get increases because you need some of the newer technology to manufacture that. And similarly, when the manufacturing cost is increasing, obviously as that the product cost will get increased. That means the purchasing is again major issue. So, okay, right? That means the what you expect that these many quantity of the products should sell, but that many may not be able because the cost is one more important. In addition to that, ergonomics is also one more parameters. Similarly, material, yes, material is also one more parameters which also affect our product design, like natural, man-made, and smart materials if you are using. That depends on type of the material you're using. If you are using very smart materials, then obviously again cost will increases. So that means what I'm trying to say is this: all the factors, they have some interlink each other. So therefore optimization of these factors plays very important role in a product development for an industry. So therefore they have to optimize all the parameters. Ultimately if they get a very better quality product, that makes the customers to be very happy for their sector. So after discussing about some of the challenges and the factors which influences our NPD, then I should briefly give some of the development process the industry will follow. What basically type of the development process the industry will follow for their products. So here you can see the figure. So here there are uh, uh, 8 major steps almost all the industry will follow for developing their the products. It starts with basically idea generation. Okay, then idea screening, the second step. Third one is the concept development, marketing strategy, business analysis, product development, testing, marketing, and the commercialization. After the commercialization, the product life cycle will come. Okay, so the first and foremost is the idea generation. What basically we do in idea means it is creating some a new concept or a new ideas which is developed by the designers or the engineers who are dealing with that particular activity. That means based on again this idea generation is based on the what is called as the customer needs, and and different competitors, distributors, and suppliers and outsourcing partners, isn't it? That means so you are developing some kind of ideas, some kind of design kind of thing, so that all these ideas will come from different sources of sources. It may be internal sources and external sources, right? So so if you see in industry, what they basically do in idea generation is they will take the input from the different sources, and first and foremost is the customer need. That is the one of the input to the idea generation. So they do some market survey, and then they do some different customer survey analysis, and they will take the some input from the customers, and once they got the customer needs and the requirements, then they do some idea generation steps. So and this idea generation where they comes actually so these idea generation for any industries, the ideas comes from different sources, like some of the internal sources are there, some of the external sources are there. Some internal sources like our company employees at all the levels, they are interpreting each other's and they develop their own ideas, and they will make later on the concept development at all in the subsequent steps. Some of the sources which we obtain, like customers, as I already told, the customer is the god for any industry, so they have to satisfy their customers to be success in the market. So therefore customer is the one input for making the idea generation in any industries for any new product development process, right? So there are various techniques industry will implement for gathering the informations. Like one of the important technique which I know is that the voice of the customer, that is VOC. Okay, And another technique, probably the industry we use is the group discussion kind of thing, or sorry, group survey kind of thing, and a common survey. And these days, it is the customer survey has become very simple, because if you see many service industries like Amazon and Flipkart, so they will ask you that give some feedback kind of thing. When you purchase some products, they will say that some just give us some feedback or something rating, review rating and all. So what is that basically? It is it is a kind of a inputs from the customer. So the industry will gather in the form of different way. There are various techniques the industry to industry they will use. Based on the kind of industry, they will implement a kind of technique which is appropriate for their idea generation, right? That means they will take the input from the customers in the form of feedback or review, or maybe the form of gathering the customers in a one location, and they will ask them questions about their products, and they will take the input from the customer and all. But the best is the voice of the customer is the techniques in most of the industries will follow. Then they will listen their voice of the customers, what they basically want and what their requirement basically. So that is nothing but the external source. Competitors, sometime competitors also available. If it is for your consumer product, is there definitely competitors are more. If it is a very high level production industry is there, then competitors may get less because of the involvement of the development of the products. Competitor is also one of the input for our idea generation, because sometime if you see if somebody some company is releasing some car, and some other company, what they will see their car design, and they will copy, or they will take the ideas from them. So the competitors of the Maruti or some other X industry, so they'll each other they'll see, and they'll get the ideas from the other competitors products. Then distributors also one of the key sources of getting the ideas for products. Then suppliers who has involved in supplying the the delivered products, and though they will also give some of the inputs for idea generation. And outsourcing partners, sometime you are taking the input from the outsourcing partners who has you have involved in or collaborative kind of work you are doing. So from them also you will take the ideas. So that means in overall I can say that idea generation is a major step, I can say, in the product development. If the failure in the idea generation will lead to the failure in the remaining steps of the product development. So therefore, idea generation plays a major steps in planning of any new product development for an industry. So therefore, the industry has to be implement a proper techniques for idea generation to make them process very successful, or the very better quality or better products to the customers. Coming to the screening, the second stage, where what we basically do is we basically screen the ideas. That means in the first steps you are doing the planning and all, and here we will develop the different kinds of deciding factors of the problem definition based on the the whatever the idea generation you have done. Based on that, you'll do um, the screening of the ideas, product idea screening. But again, this product idea screening is depends on the customer needs, external source, internal source ideas, and the product roadmap. Sorry, right? So in the new product development, if I say, so this new product development is fully depends on these elements, which is called as strategic product advantages, market attractiveness, synergies, technical feasibility, and profitability analysis. Yes, we always this all industry will look for these parameters which makes the new product development betterment. Understanding the customer needs, as I already told, you need to satisfy the customers, and first you need to analyze the customer needs, what basically the customer wants for your products. That makes right selection of your ideas, or deciding of a right planning of your products. So understand your customer first and foremost is the your customer need, what specifically the customer wants, right? What they do basically, they understand their occupation and interest, and when they buy, and you have to understand that at what time I need to release, so that when they can buy this particular customer the products which you want to release. Sometimes we can see some industry will look for some certain time to release the products, because they know that my product will buy during this period of time, so they will wait and they will release into the market in that particular time only. So how they will buy, and what are the what they expect from us. Okay, all these aspects the industry should look when going for the new product development. And I already told the external source competitors, sorry, external sources of new product ideas will having these are the sources like market research. That means you have to do the areas of customer dissatisfaction with the current products. So you have to be locally, you have to go to the area wise, where you see that why the customers are dissatisfied with the current products, what is the reason and all. So that the gathering of that also is helpful in idea generation or idea selection. Then competitors, then learning from the competitions, right? That means you are taking the ideas from the competitors who has released already into the market. Then learning from overseas experiences and long range studies, market gap analysis, and consumer activity analysis. These are all what I'm trying is, these are the source to get an ideas. And this helps, this all analysis will help the industries to select a proper idea screening. That is one of the major sources. Some of the internal sources also is there, which helps the designer or engineers to develop a better idea and a better selection of their ideas. So like sales force, stockholders, employee suggestions, management, innovation group meetings, and all these are all the sources through which we can get an idea generation based on the customer needs. Okay, so that means here you can see the management tool is also one of the important tool of internal sources of a new product development, because strategic planning and marketing managers will give the proper input to the for engineers to for a betterment of the ideas of the new product. So once the new product ideas has been screened, then next step is to concept development and testing. Yes, this is a major again steps I can say for any new product development, because this step is why it is major means, whatever you have developed, the concept, sorry, idea generation are planned with objective statement of that I want to manufacture so and so product with us this kind of features and all. The next comes to its development stage. That development means developing some working models or some prototype kind of thing for testing this. For for a smaller production or smaller products like consumer industry and all, they will start the last production starting at the concept development stage itself. But sometime what happens is they develop a prototype models and they will validate that until unless because that involves a heavy huge cost. Because if you are starting the production in the concept development stage itself, that may lead to the decrement, maybe loss in the the production. Sometime what happens is after development, after testing, it may come to know that your product is not best suitable for releasing into the market. So therefore the concept development is very important. So what is concept development means? It is just kind of design you are developing and model you are developing, which are based on the idea generation, which is done in the previous steps. Okay, that means developing a description and the visualization of the product ideas and the concept. That means a rough sketch or rough model you are developing, or dummy model you are developing with the same dimensions what you expected. So that step we call as the concept development. So there are various concepts they develop with the different engineers. and various techniques they implement while developing the concept in the in the industries. The best technique is the brainstorming technique they implement in industry almost all. So when I was working, the my industry was using the brainstorming technique is the best for developing some concept development technique. There they will group together and they will discuss their concepts what they have developed uh, based on the ideas and based on the customers, and then selection of the concept is also again very very important. There are various tools are available in industries, or they will implement and they will select the proper concept which is having all the fulfillment of the customer needs. There may be 20 concepts developed by your engineers, but it doesn't mean that all the 20 will produce. So isn't it? So that means you have to select the particular concept selection. That selection process using various techniques are available. Techniques they will implement. One best technique they will implement is a simple mapping voting and multi voting technique. And sometime some industry will use decision matrix or traceability matrix kind of thing, techniques or hoops techniques they use for selecting the particular concept which is the better for a product. Then once it is a particular concept is developed selected, then they will develop as a working model. And then next is the concept testing, where your product will be tested and under different conditions of the product. And again keeping in mind their target customer, because customer is again every time you have to think about the customer, and again the product whatever the X product you are developing, and where it is to be used, and under that circumstances you have to test. So that prototype model will be tested, okay, and different scenarios, and then choose the best one. Okay, that means that finally they will choose the best particular concept for what is called as for betterment of the product. The once the concept development testing is over, then marketing strategy development they do. Here in the marketing strategy development, what basically is do is the market analysis of a product positioning and its sale profit and the goal market sales. So because what happens is you are developing some kind of products, and if you don't know the market strategy of a particular X product, then again it leads to the improper selection of a planning of the product, I can say, right? So in the market strategy development, what they do basically in the first part, they do some market analysis about the kind of new technology or new ideas you are developing, right? So that means the target market plan and the product positioning, sales, profit goals, and market share, about that they will first analyze. In the part two, what they basically do, they do is the product plan, price, distribution, marketing budget. That means initial itself they are doing in the first step, they are doing the positioning, sales, profit, sales, and the market share about the study of the particular product what you want to release it. Then in the second stage they want to go for the product plan, price also. Okay, they decide the pricing of the product and distribution, marketing budget. So all this calculation or the determination of the market strategy they develop in this stage. Then in the part three, what they do in the long term, they will think that the sales and profit goals and marketing mix strategies. So that means how how my product will move in the market when if it is released into the market, right? The part one, they see their planning of the product, positioning, and the profit and share markets. Then second is you go for the pricing, and that is the part two is a short term base actually, and the part three is a long term, where they will look for the sales and the profit goals, and marketing mix strategy they'll apply. Strategy means a kind of techniques they'll implement in developing the marketing of their products. And after that, the business analysis they will study. That means they will see the economic viability of the concept. Okay, that means how my concept um, is much viable with respect to the economic point of view concern. And the this is done by different means, like review of the product sale. Then they do some cost analysis, profit projections to see if they meet the company objectives. Okay, so they do some business analysis also before releasing into the market, because if they do not do, and unless if they release into the market, then later on they found that there is no profit at all. Then that the entire the process, whatever you have guided from the idea generation to the releasing, the selling to the delivery of the product, is get lost. Okay, that means no sense. So review of the product sales they do basically, and that means the feedback of the customer and all the cost related activities of the business analysis, profit, what they gain and all, they will see in the business analysis if they meet the company's objectives. So if it is suppose after doing some business analysis for their product, what they want to release, or what they want to introduce into the market, if it is not satisfying, then eliminate and product concept. Eliminate the product concept. That means the whatever you have selected the concept, that may be a wrong one. That means you have to go for again further idea generation and again concept generation in a different perspective with respect to the again customer needs. So if that the business analysis of your concept, whatever you have selected in the previous steps, is if it is yes, then move for the product development. They give the approval for the development of the product, and further after a moment they develop the product actually. So in this particular development of the product, that means you are developing some kind of prototype models, like to produce a physical prototype. Again, here once if you get an approval of product development, the company or the industry or the enterpriser will not develop in huge quantity. They will develop a prototype model, because they will analyze the system concept product first, whether that particular product is getting sustain all the constraints or not, which the planned previously. Okay, so now the company will determine the product ideas can translate into technically and commercially feasible products. So in the first step, what they will do, they produce some physical prototypes. Then once they produce the physical prototype, so there are various technology they use. Normally 3D printing technology they basically use for developing the prototypes, and some other technique also depending upon the type of the product and the type of the type of the technology that suits your product. Then once the prototype, physical prototype they develop, the quantity may be lesser quantity, which for testing purpose. Then test the product under different scenario. That means they test the what is called as the product in a different scenario, under which that particular product is comes under in a real practices. So then conduct the focus of true customer, and then make the adjustment. That means before releasing again, they do some after testing, some group discussion with the customer. They do some samples, they distribute to the customers, and they will see again the group discussion they will do. Then again, if there are any modifications or adjustment can be done at this particular product development stage. So then the next is the marketing testing. Market test, because you are about to release into the market. Then though that the industry should analyze their market strategies, because what happens is, even though your concept is better and all, but your market testing, without market testing, if you are releasing, that also may leads to the declinement of your product in the market. So in majority conditions, there are three types of market testings the industry we do basically do. One is called standard test marketing and control test marketing, and market test and simulated test market. So in the standard test market, what basically they do is full marketing campaign in a small number of representative cities. That means the campaigning they do they do some full marketing campaign in a small number of cities. Then in a controlled test market, there are few stores that have agreed to carry new products for free of cost, and that means it is a controlled test market. There they at least they will sell or they keep their products to be sell. Then simulated test, the test in the simulated shopping environment to a sample of consumers. So they do simulating kind of market test. And just if you see this particular the figure in the left side, that is nothing but this Go Active Meal, which is done by McDonald's, decided after a test marketing only of 150 markets in then they decided to release. Then these days it is very success in the market as well. That means what I'm trying to saying here is the before releasing into the market, the marketing analysis, the market analysis in a different scenario, maybe standard test market or control test market or simulated test market, to be done by the industry to make their product to be succeed. So once the market analysis has been done, so by the industries, the successful commercialization to be given. After successful market testing, and then a new product comes to the commercialization stage. So this stage, particularly a new product rapidly implementing to the market plan. So then they will decide that when to be released, what should be the proper time for my product to be released into the market, where to really launch. That means the geographical strategy also they will study, because some places they'll not release that product. Some places the demand will be more based on that. The geographic also they will see to whom to the market perspectives. Then how to launch. Then something strategy they will implement for launching and all. Okay, so this is what basically is commercialization. So this step also major challenging for industry, because right time, right place, and right strategy if you are implementing for releasing the product may get succeed. Otherwise, what happens is otherwise your product may not success in the market, right? So if already existing product is there and you want to launch, then the competitors are there, then obviously your product may not replace the existing one by the other company person or a company products. So once the commercialization is over, now comes the product life cycle, because now you have to study your product life. What is the life of your product in the market? Because you have released into the market, right? You are about to release, or you have decided the time and all, and now you will study the product life cycle. That means the life of the product you are studying in the different stages. Okay, every product is having its own life. Like consumer products having certain kind of life, aerospace industry products having certain kind of lives. Okay, so normally the aerospace industries, the airplanes are designed or something, like their life is having like they design up to 20 years or 15 years, right? So that means they use up to 15 years or 10 years or whatever it may be, the life of that particular product. But smaller products having a lesser product, like CD is there, so that is having a very lesser time of life in the product. So in this product life, few steps are there which are very essentials for a product to be studied its life. So that is nothing but the introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage, and the decline stage. Every industry they look each and every stage in a different perspective with a different strategies. There are plenty of strategies the industry already implemented or developed certain kind of strategies which helps the each stage of the product life cycle to be enhanced. Like for example, the introduction stage, researching, developing, and then launching the products is the steps where you are introducing your product into the market. That means you are introduce your product to the customers. You are launching, and again the launching of the product in maybe in a different way, like these days advertisement is the one strategy they implement for launching the products, or make them know customer awareness about your products, like stall and all, whatever the test marketing we have I already discussed. That is what it is, the marketing and all. So that advertisement and all technique strategy they implement for introducing the market sorry product into the market. Then in the stage of the growth, they will study the various factors, like sales are increasing at their faster rates in the growth phase with respect to the time, right? So then maturity stage, then the decline stage. There in the decline stage means the product is just to going towards the decline of the the products. So here is an introduction stage where the market objective is always keeping in mind that my create product awareness, create the product awareness and trial to the customers. That is the main objective of the introduction stage. We can see cost wise, the higher cost per customer acquired. Investors are targeted, actually the targets. Competition, little competitions will obtain in the introduction stage for any products. The profits might be possible that negative profits may get, and low sales you may observe in the introduction stage, because just it is the product you are introduced in the market. In the second stage, the objective of any industry is maximize the market share, because now your growth will start of your products, that it may be like the product quality, like offer extension, service and warranty and all. Pricing, the penetration strategy they implement. Distribution, build intensive distribution channels for to deliver the products. Reduce to take the advantage of the demand of the promotions. Sales rapidly rising, slowly the growth rate will increase the cost, average cost per customers, then profit may be definitely rising because of the growth rate is started of your product. Then in the maturity stage, what happens is basically in the maturity stage, your product is at a mature level now. So what sales may be definitely at a peak sales. Your sales is at a higher level. Then cost wise, if you compare, your product is the low cost per customer. This might be because of some competitor and all. Then a higher profit you will get. Then the market maximize the profit while defining the market share. Product diversify the brand and models. Price to match the best competitors. Then build more innovative distributions and stress brand differences and the benefits regarding the advertisement. So this stage is basically is also one of the important stages for any products, for any new products. Then coming to the decline, at this level, what happens is your sales will get decline, slowly will get decline in the market due to the so many factors, like maybe competitors, or maybe newer products came into the products, similar kind of, which may not satisfy your customer and all. Okay, the sales declining, declining the sales, then declining the profit as well. And then objective is reduce the expenditures and make the brand as much as possible. Then the price, you have to be cut, reduce the price, because as the company industry know that my product is getting declined, so they'll, what they will do is they will a bit reduce the price of the product, so that still can be sell and all, right? Then advertising also, so reduce only to the loyal customers in the declining phase. So what are the characteristics of the successful NPD? So the major, if you want to make your NPD, means new product development, so it depends on what kind of product you have sold, no profitability. That means produced, what kind of product you have produced and what kind of product you have sold it, whether that product has been sold properly or not. So that makes you the successful of your NPD, right? If you have developed the product very good manner and your sale is also very nice, that means the what expected by the industry, then obviously yes, that gives you the successful of your new product development. So 5 major dimensions are there with the industry will depends their success. That is the one is product quality. Yes, we already know that the product quality is a major characteristics of any new product development. Betterment of the quality and definitely that reflects ultimately reflects the betterment of the sales in the market. So it depends on how good is the product is resulting from the development effort. Does it satisfactory the customer need? Is it robust or reliable? These are all customers will customer point of view. The product quality is one of the major characteristics of a successful NPD. So second characteristic is the product cost. You need to always keep in mind that a lesser cost in comparison with the other products, and in the meantime you should have always think to get the profit from them, because you are developing the products and you are not getting the profit and you are keeping very lower product, a lower price of the product, then also it is not a successful of the product. So that leads to the decrement of the your industry development time, because these days due to the involvement of higher technologies, the development time is also plays very important role, because if you are taking very longer time of for development of the product, uh, 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 again increasing the competitors in the market. So as early as possible, you need to develop the products and release into the market so that the competitors can be reduced. Development cost, as I already told, the cost is also one of the factors. Development capability, yes, that means newer technologies more effectively and economically in the futures. So, what are the future challenges still left in NFT for new product development? Is the trade-off? Yes, that is one of the major challenges. That means managing different factors in such a way that maximizes the success of the product. That is nothing is one of the important challenges for any NFT, right? Different factors means you have to consider all the design factors and manufacturing factors and other factors which in involving the success of the product. So therefore that makes the maximization of the success of the product in the and the industry, the market dynamics. Yes, technology advancement and customer preferences, rival products, decision making plays a very important task. That is also one of the major challenges I can say that current industries are facing the problem. Details, the problem should be analyzed in detail and solved quickly, because development times, if you increase, then definitely many things will be in a decline form. Time pressure, the product development decision must made quickly and without complete information. Ergonomics, yes, this is one of the again important challenges which industries are facing in new development for this. Then social satisfactory of the individual needs, team diversity and the team spirit. So these are the some of the features challenges the industries are basically facing related to new product development is concerned for the kids. So thank you one and all. I think I taken a little bit more time. I think so. I due to the time only, I my case study has moved very fast. Thank you so much. Any queries that we know from your side, the participant side. So thank you once again.
Please, participant, if you have any query, please ask. Hello.
Sir, wonderful.
Yes, any
Yes, yes,
query?
please.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Wonderful session.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
sir.
So I think there are no more queries. Yes, any query? Okay. So I would like to thank you, sir, for your for accepting our invitation to conduct this session. I am very much thankful to you, sir, for sparing your valuable time and sharing your knowledge with us. This session was too informative and knowledgeable for all of us. Definitely, all the participants will be benefited. You also taken all the important concepts and when elaborated all the important concept of product design and development. So I think all the participants will take benefit from this. Also, I would like to thanks all the participants for joining and listening the whole session patientfully. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Hello.
sir. Last but not least, thanks to your organization and for giving this opportunity on the platform of FDP program. And again, I thanks to you also, sir, for giving this opportunity. And thank you once again.
Welcome, sir.
And any queries, you can contact anytime. It's like participants can be contacted anytime. So I'll be very happy if they come. Thank you, sir.